Welcome back to Let's Play Galactic Civilizations 3 as the Taurian Confederation. Or as close to it as I could hack together. I'm Hunter Black Luna, and things are kind of looking up. The overall trend of this campaign is forward, thankfully. And as for right now, we got some ships to move. Explorations of new areas. Barely habitable, but I'm certainly going to take it. I don't think there's any doubt. We'll order the ship to get over there to check, but we have a starbase constructor on the way using some of that Prometheon we mined. And we have shipyards coming, and we found thulium, new colonies that are going to have shipyards, and I feel better about our overall chances in this game, let's put it that way. So onwards we march. And we finally have a little Intrepid down here, which can travel much faster than anything else, really. It's quite nice. Now, of course, this will get them into pirate trouble. It's just nice to have. So I think we're good to just progress the turn. I just hit it. Awesome. Now we can really get to work on some of the really cool stuff. New manufacturing technologies. I don't know if we're there yet. Perhaps some research technology. We could also build research. It unlocks that ability. It's something to keep in mind. We could do planetary improvement. We might want that for the new shitty world. That might be a synergistic thing we could do. We definitely don't need this. I think I'm gonna... I'll mull this over as usual. Alright, yeah, I think we're gonna get defensive systems just to round out our capabilities there, because we now have the ability to save the future. Small light ship capable of surveying anomalies. Ooh, that's not bad. Needs thulium, but we will be getting thulium. Let's look at this bad boy under the hood, shall we? One thing I have to say about Fraps is it certainly desyncs the audio a ton less than it used to, like when I started Let's Playing. Alright, I think this wing design is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, the ship design system is super cool, but I also really like the pre-built stuff. I'll be doing my own stuff, don't worry, but I'm sure we can make this thing faster. Because I'm willing to spend one of our special super Prometheon things to make this thing badass as hell. We can have underslung engines. Does that look okay? Yeah, it's alright. A little bit of a pontoon configuration to it. That makes this thing significantly, and it can just be set to auto explore, and with this much speed it can run away from pirates, and that's pretty much the only concern until we get into like actual wars. And as far as range goes, I'm not gonna lie, that looks fine. Because let's see here. It is using environmental support, 3 environmental supports, interstellar sensors. Is that our best? Yeah, it is. I don't know, this looks like a really bangin' survey ship. We could even make it better if we were to... This ship is so tiny. Oh, we can't even do that. That's interesting. Okay, so I actually think this is a cool design, so alright, we'll just call it Voyager, I think. That'll do. Rather happy with this little design. Because I don't like the Dringen. That's weird. They're all just kind of variations on a theme. I mean, I know why, but prototype Durantium driver. Is it really? Hmm. 8 with 4 moves. I don't know if we should be designing warships until it's time yet. I think after we get defenses and stuff, then we'll look into kind of an anti-fighter thing, but I am definitely not going to be using the defaults. I think there was a feature in Galciv 2 where you could tell the computer to automatically design ships for you based on your tech, the situation, basically to do what the AI does. I don't know if this game does that. I haven't seen anything that would suggest that, but you know. Doesn't mean it's not there. Dagger, that's interesting. It doesn't use any special resources, it just aids. That's the thing, 2 moves. We'll think about it. As I said previously, in Galciv, your early combat ships are kind of supposed to suck. The resources make that a lot less true than it used to be. Oh, and that's nice, believe me, but yeah. Okay, is everything... Everything still looks basically in order. No one's idle, no one's just sitting around. Looks like that really is all that's here. I'm still getting it. I'm still sending a colony ship there. There's no doubt. Alrighty. What's interesting is they don't have to be next to a shipyard to sponsor it. I've never done this before. Okay, the Skrilla shipyard. Isn't that the one that's like... No, I think I see it down there. In which case, if it's right next to Skirwall, well then wouldn't it be, yeah, Freedom. It looks like, the amount you get does fall off with distance. Like, Hope would only be able to contribute this much to the cause. Yeah, distance decay. Although you can do it. That's really neat. Up to a certain point. That offers some flexibility in the game. Total manufacturing. Christ almighty. Gosh, I don't know. Can we... Okay, 26.2. I don't know. What do we have for... I mean, it's not unexpected. Let's just get it working on something that will always be useful. Like a little freighter thing. Just a slow, crappy freighter that will always, in 26 turns, will probably have use. Honestly, we probably won't have met anyone by then. Just get to work on a little constructor ship, why don't you? Didn't tank our income, which is nice. Is there anything else that requires my immediate attention? Ooh, space junk. Treasury. That actually is a significant boost. Billions of dollars, billions of dollars. What else we got? Intrepid, what do you got for me? More resources. Well, it is something. Dead world, but resources. Alright, just keep going that way, I suppose. God, that's so good. Alright, the forge. Ship graveyard. Those are... The fact that those are armed means, I don't know, you send like a fleet with a survey ship. I guess that's how you do it. Durantium. I guarantee they're not in range of each other. In which case I may just... I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe a starbase down here? We're kind of marking out the borders of our empire, which is weird because I'd expect to meet people. If there's someone over here, they're so fucked. I'm gonna eat them. It's gonna be delicious. By the way, I'm the good guys. Okay, this is the one I was waiting for. Sign. Sign. It looks like a planet can only sponsor one shipyard at a time. That does make sense. Notice how we have almost as much production as the homeworld does on our new lovely shipyard. And this thing has defense too, so that the pirates can't just come and kill it. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Excuse me. We are not going to use the final bit of Prometheon because we're saving that for a colony ship to get up there double quick. We want... Gosh, I don't know. We could make Intrepids and then later retrofit them once they're done exploring. Even though, you know, they won't be done exploring for a while. Then again, a forge just for more goddamn star bases. I wonder if we could add a mining module to a shipyard. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that. That's so cool though. Oh, we have just... Things are gonna get faster for us. Let's put it that way. So nice. Shipyard is sitting idle, which means they just completed a Forge 2. A badass support vessel, if such a thing is possible. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck the moody music. This is where it's at. What was that? Yeah, it's just the star name. Anyhow, get the newly constructed workmen going out there at 11 per turn. I am inordinately happy over this. And the shipyard at the... Yeah, this is making better production than our actual homeworld. Or the other thing is, of course. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. We're gonna do a Hope 2. For the speed. I get a need for speed, you could say. If you were like me and just made tons of references, you know, in place of actually having wit and being funny, you just reference things all the time. This is a thing that exists. God damn, there's a lot of Durantium in this galaxy. That bastard Duran follows us here. Alright. Is our ship here doing anything particular? Just keep heading for this direction. It's gonna be a while, but you don't really have anything else to do. Okay. And as for this ship, show me what you got. More thulium! Well, that'd be nice. And like I said, I'm sure we could trade it, we could kind of hawk it off on aliens eventually. That'll be nice. I could use autopilot for this, but I like moving the ships manually. Prometheon right on the border. I think that's going to become a priority. Gotta admit. What are you guys working on right now? Forge 1, yeah. So the Forge 1 will go right here. That's what I'm thinking. I could redirect the workmen. It wouldn't be the worst thing. But at this point... Oh god, what in fucking hell are you? Well, it's nice to meet you, little minor. I didn't know minor races actually explored and stuff. Also, I don't know how we know it's a minor race considering this is the first contact of any fucking alien ever. Where's your home planet, little guy? Do you have any defensive ships there? No. This is a wonderful new event. Yeah, the question is, which direction is your home world? I mean, I guess we had to find him sometime, and neither of these ships are armed, so he couldn't exactly get into a fight, even if that's what we were looking to. I think we'll get the translator next. You need it. There is an achievement for declaring war before you get the universal translator. I'd kind of hope the Drengen were right next to us so I could get that one. Because I'm not kidding. The second we see the Drengen, it's total war. And by total war, I mean endless war until one of us is destroyed. Even if it gets us killed, like, even if the Drengen overwhelm us and we could sue for peace, I'm not going to do it. Fuck the Drengen. Especially for the Taurians, but like, just as a general policy prescription. Galactic event. Nice. Nanomachines, son. Literally nanomachines, son. Quite a fan of that event. Notoriously squishy. Yep. Awesome. Defensive specialization. I wonder... That's kind of cool. But what to get, I wonder. I wonder. We could bank on the enemy doing what we're doing, which is using the piles of Durantium out there. Or we could bank on shields being the most common need. We'll get the translator, we'll say hi to the minor race, if they're still in comms range when we do. Orange. Who's orange again? I do suspect we're gonna find out. Is it you? No, it's a different color. Yeah, we're about to find out. Well, our ship has guns. Just in case. I mean, we're pretty distrustful people. We had a bad past with aliens, really. Hashtag not all aliens. If it seems like I'm a little giddy or upbeat today, that's only because I really like this game and I'm a little sleep deprived, so both those are factors making me a bit chipper. We'll really want to get that thulium. I think we're going to beeline for that. Also, how big are they? This is kind of important to know. Get the feeling we'll meet them. Yeah, the translator suddenly became important. It was only a matter of time. I was just thinking, I'm like, we have a huge expanse up here that we need an Intrepid after this. After this full... Or I could just keep cranking the constructors. Another Ascension Crystal. That's gonna start becoming a worry depending on how things go. Okay. Can we communicate with someone based on... Surely we must be able to see these guys now. Mobius 1. Definitely a colony. The Krynn. I don't know much about them. They were in the expansion that we didn't play. The Twilight of the Arnor. So all I can say is don't know much about them. Ooh. Might have to vector down here and get all these resources, because, yeah. Bit of a walk back, but can explore this, then next turn surely we'll meet the Krynn. Alright, Justice, are you working on stuff now? I suddenly feel the need for more influence. Wait a second, do we have a new ship out? Yes, we do. Alright, and with our new ship we are going to head over here. Try and expand. See how far we get in one turn. Not bad. Should we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, about 3 turns. We just can't reach here, which is a damn shame because that's where I want to go. Shall we go meet the Krynn? No, we're out of fuel. Alright, I need a scout ship. I need to know what's in these areas so that we know if there's good things or not to go get. I feel rather like I'm flying blind right now. We're starting to meet people, and then, you know, what happens after meeting people in these kind of games is going to happen, you know. I'm just thinking ahead for the future. Because if there's some super good planets here, we need to know that. Okay, looks like I've handled all the things. There they... Oh hey! It's another race of beings. Nice to meet you. Definitely. That isn't actually the Krynn, is it? Like... How close do we need to go before we can... Wait, that is the... I didn't think that's what the Krynn looked like. The last hydro. Prepare for war, scum! It's interesting that we could just go away. I don't know why I don't know why I am yelling. Also, given that there's a treaty called Open Borders, I get this feeling like we may not be welcome in their space. So I'm just going to skedaddle out of it, and we can investigate these areas, maybe see how big their empire is. I'm getting the feeling it's either right up here or right over here. That's just what I'm getting in terms of my gut. Okay, important information. God damn, I haven't even seen an Ascension Crystal before. I've never even seen a Jedi. Upgrade complete. And another colony ship. Couldn't come sooner. Or couldn't come at a better time. with the new pumped up engines. Alright, go ahead and seek our fortune. We know this exists. We don't have any other leads at the present time, so just get going. It's making a decent speed compared to everything else in space. I always have this lingering feeling that the AI is, you know, ahead of me. Looks like we can actually get this. The dual resources, which I'm totally going for. Let's see, can we... There we go, just to get a tiny bit more range out of it. Durantium, thulium. Please get to it. Bam. We could start culture pressing before we've even talked. That seems like kind of a jerk move, I gotta admit. Are we coming on the... Ooh, we almost have enough pragmatism for another decision. I like this approval penalty because it kind of fucks up an enemy's empire. 3 free constructor vessels. Also, the thing is though, I get this feeling that the constructor vessels will be some pre-built template with like 1 movement or some bullshit. It's just something I suspect. Could we set up trade routes before we actually have the translator? I'm pretty sure that's a no. Well, I don't know, it's something to think over. Benevolence, it's gonna be a while. Also, I suspect if we take more pragmatic things, we'll never get the benevolence track going. Ah well. Yeah, get working on that translator. We're gonna skirt around their territory just to show that we have no hostile intent. Oh, son of a bitch, we could keep going in this direction and then the Intrepid... No, the Intrepid will handle this area when it's constructed. Really, I should get another starbase and grab those resources. Apparently, jealous mining expansion really is the way to go. Like, 100%. So after this... Definite Forge 1. I'm so glad I went out of my way to do the shipyard here. I mean, it's sort of the obvious move. Still nice. We'll get there eventually. Shipyard idle. Something new was constructed. This is the homeworld. Gosh. We could start a freighter and, you know, start trading with the Krynn fast. There's so many star bases to build. That's the thing. It's like, I also want to explore. But we know we need star bases. And like I said, I'm expecting to hit some kind of cap, unless you can literally just have like fucking 40 of them. I wish I could click on this and get a detailed financial breakdown. Governing. Starbase maintenance, only 4 considering we have all those bases. That's interesting, we're actually paying more for the constructors to make it than the base itself. Like once it's made. I feel like I could use these things to good effect, and so to be fair, there is information offered here about... Oh, that's bad. Well, faction power probably, like... It's probably not taking into account... See, there we go. Military power. Son of a bitch. Oh, we're in so much fucking trouble. Oh, shit. Okay, no. We're gonna be fine. I don't know how we know all this about the Krynn, but crap. You know, it's the endless cycle. It's like, I don't want to turn down the difficulty and look like a wussy. But I don't want to die. Well, if we took a couple other planets, I think their stats would definitely start turning around. Where is your Illyrium? That's a new one. Intrepid, can you go down here and invest? Swoop by on your way and see if there's more of this or something. This is the first Illyrium I found so far. This may be worth kind of beelining. Toria's upgrading. If there was an idle ship, we'd have been notified of it. This design is kind of for a colony ship, like it matters. Now that we've met other people, you know, I started this out brash and bold and confident, and then awesome. I think as long as we have some thulium, it won't be a massive priority. Like, I want to get that thing, because, I mean, mine. But we could start work on an honest-to-God survey ship, which I think... I'll have to have a think for a moment. You know what, I'm not going to off-screen this. Let's build a ship together, everybody. I absolutely love the ship designer, and it's a great expression of creativity and stuff. And even if the hull isn't used for the purpose that I have in mind, we'll figure out a use for it later. Let's start with... Let's just start with nothing. This is a utility ship, so it should be pretty... Although the scales are always kind of weird me out. And it can start with absolutely anything. Although we probably want a command module of some kind on the... Fucking... Just make a giant sphere and just throw it at the anomaly. I got no clue whether this will be good or not. Which direction is the front again? This then. Well, let's... Oh, I'm not a fan of the way that texture... Is this game in early access? I haven't even checked. I kinda hope so. Some things are weird. Okay, maybe I'll skip some of the messing about while I can just have a piece of debris. Nothing else on it, like... I gotta do that, one of those runs where I just make asteroids and cubes and space bases and debris, just totally taking the piss out of the designing system. Yeah, I decided to modify an existing design after messing around with some of the more exotic bits. And I mean, we can really adjust lots of things about it, like... It's really cool, as I've probably said before, that these aren't just pre-made holes like that are all baked into one mesh. It's just a bunch of components that you could build yourself. You can modify it, you can take little parts off but leave other parts intact. Really, you can do whatever strikes your fancy. Although this does kind of define the shape of what... Because the problem I'd have before is, for the hull, it would kind of be hard to tell which way was forward. I don't know if I really think that's a thing that should be tough to... I like this general profile. It again goes back to the Delta Wing thing. I don't think... Yeah. See, this is the shit that I usually cut out. Because right now... Well, right now it's obvious what's the front and what's the back of the ship. This is pointed towards the back because it's an engine component. And I do like incorporating other bits of design elements. So like... I don't know, because what we're making is a survey ship and... Alright, we're not making a mech in space. Not yet. Things ain't desperate enough in a war I might call on the power of Gundam hype. That is not this day. What the fuck? Now that's a ship. Even that. I just don't get it. Alright, I built a crossbow and use it to shoot the enemy. I gotta say, based only on the Thallon shipyards I can see, I'd love to see what their pre-mades look like, cause damn. You know what? This has an interesting profile. Terran bits in the back, Thallon bits in the front, nothing Drengen at all. I'm in my hipster phase where anything that's not my culture is cooler. I can't actually decide if it looks better with that or not. Probably a bad sign. But, if we... There we go. That's weird, but I kinda like it a lot. I don't know. Okay, let's slap some actual utility things on this thing. After... No, that's not what I want to destroy. After one thing. Also, we could fill this out with like modules on the hull, and if we wanted to, I don't know. I think the profile looks perfectly fine as it is. It doesn't need to change to meet anyone's demands. Although, I don't know. We don't want to do it too overwrought. We will have to be looking at this thing at some point in time. The Drengen. I think I'm just going to use the Drengen bridge thing that I came to really like. Let me dig that up real quick. Which piece is this? It's like a companion thing. Yeah, that's not bad. And then alright, it's kind of getting overwrought. Maybe in the back? I don't know. This is a pretty good, you know, drive section thing. I like the thin, spindly tail better. Insert your own joke here. I don't know. No, I like... Gotta admit, I kind of just like this thing where it is right now. Did I finally find the Iblis trigger? No, it is a cool bit, but I just want the bridge. Alright, well, while I'm overall pretty happy with the design, these bits here feel like they could have little ramps to make it kind of a smoother thing. But finding something to fit the description and modifying it, and that sounds suspiciously like actual work. So this'll do. It's fine. Really all we wanted this whole thing to do was, okay, it's gonna be a survey vessel, which means we could probably put a maybe prototype hyperdrive on it. If we have lots of one resource, we'll probably be getting another. It's unsustainable. Unfortunately, we gotta stick with Hyperdrive Plus. Might get ion engines soon, maybe. I don't even know what this tail section is for. Or, of course, the classic in the back, if you know what I'm saying. I think I like the sides more for these. I don't know, it's just a matter of personal preference. Six moves is pretty good. Can we bump it up? All this thing needs to do is survey and run around at the speed of sound. He's got places to go, he's got to follow his rainbow. There's no time for guessing. Follow my hand instead. Maybe we'll put the survey module on back just to feel like we maybe did something. Not like that. Inspired things, but maybe we found the thing to put at the front of the ship. That'd be kind of cool. It is like a radar dish thing, so that's very fitting. And then obviously the rest can just be support things. Don't need that much range. Well, the cost isn't too high right now, but I don't know, that's set to change very understandably. As I was saying about references, yeah, let's do the Enterprise fine. I don't even know if there'll be exactly cause to get that, but whatever. I also had another thing that I wanted to design when I started this, but I've kind of forgotten that now. So yeah, anyhow, we've met our neighbors. Soon we'll be able to talk to them, trade with them, and hold hands, we'll play tag. Next time. See you then.